The world sees criminal lunatics. Goodbye, James. I couldn't have done it without you.
Well, hi there, everyone. Here I am, Lord of Shadows, like always, and welcome to a new week's villains discussion. In this week's villains discussion, I just only wish to say that since the mid-season finale of Gotham has ended, I thought, like, since we're not gonna have any other episodes, until the ending of the new year. So I thought, like, let's talk about the main antagonist of the mid-season finale of Gotham. The first mid-season finale. Theo Galavan, formerly known as Dumas, which actually was played by James Frain, who actually I remember him playing a character, I fucking can't remember the series, but I remember the character was named as Eric Renard, which actually when we talk about his character Galavan and this Eric Renard, they're both somehow similar when we talk about the goal, because Eric Renard wanted to bring his family name and riches to his former glory, exactly on the same way as Theodore Galavan. So in some way, in some terms, in personality and everything, they're somehow similar, those two. But let's talk about Theodore Galavan. So before I came to the discussion with everything and everything, I just want to say that Theodore Galavan is a new DC character, which actually never appeared in DC Comics, but was specifically created just like Fish Mooney for this series. But his sister Tabitha Galavan, aka Tigress, now she is a character from the DC Comics, which actually I never actually see her so much because because in a way she was supposed in the category of minor villains, who didn't have so much appearances like the others. And actually I remember her from one comic book, I think it was about Batman, but I'm not actually sure what number and the title, but I remember seeing her. And she was actually, her personality and fighting skills was actually almost the same like in the TV Gotham series. Yeah. So, fascinating, in short words. But let's talk about Theodore Galavan. So, in this series, from until the mid-season finale, he was known as Theo Galavan for short. The Master. Sensei by Jerome, and of course by Silver Uncle Theo, because he is like her stepfather. After his like half brother died, so what she's for him, like some kind of like goddaughter or stepdaughter? I don't know. Whatever. So when we talk about occupation, well, surely, but he was formerly mayor of Gotham City. Then also, like I said, member of the Order of Saint Dumas, businessman and scientist. The first time he appeared in Gotham, he was shown as a normal businessman, scientist, philanthropist, Theodore Galavan, when he first arrived. But after the second season, after the second episode, well, yeah, like from the second, till the ending of the episode 1 till the season finale, Theodore Galavan showed his true colors. And before I came to that, I just wish to say a little bit about his ancestor, the Dumas family. So in Gotham series, the Dumas family was 200 years ago. They were members of these 4 most powerful people in Gotham when Gotham City actually was created. Because the other ones were like the Elliots, the Waynes. I'm talking about the TV series. And the third one, actually, I can't remember the name. And the fourth one was Dumas. But in the comic book, the main families were the Waynes, the Cobblepots, the Elliots, and the Sionis. I think it was the Sionis. So in short words, Batman's family, Penguin's family, Hush's family, and Black Mask's family. The Dumas family, they never actually belonged to this rich family. They only belong to the Gotham TV series, because the only thing we know about Dumas is the Order of Saint Dumas, which actually in the comic books, I think they existed since the time of the Crusades. I think that they existed since that age. I'm actually quite sure. So, in a short words, his ancestor, found a girl, found that the Wayne's youngest, it appears like daughter, who she was, in the TV series was meant to be the bride of, I think of the Elliott's son. I'm not actually quite sure. So the Dumas see her like, I fancy her. Okay, let's have some kind of a little bit of Humpty Dumpty and everything. So like they went alone into kind of room and everything, and it appears like how the daughter said maybe she did it to protect herself. When like seeing herself like innocent, in some way betrayed the Dumas, because Dumas said like that both of them were in love and everything, and the daughter said no, he attacked me and everything. Like he is a bastard, he's a son of a bitch, whatever. And then of course in exchange, to to complete the justice, the Waynes with their some kind of Wayne hunter knife, whatever, he cut off his ancestor's hand and sent across the seas, banished from Gotham. Also, not only financially erasing them, but actually erased them completely from the Gotham history. Only few, like for example, that old lady Edwidge knows about the Dumas family and what really happened. And in some way, in the episode, we have the reason why the Dumas changed into Galavan and what he's doing to Gotham and why he's so interested in Wayne, because he wants to totally destroy Bruce Wayne by killing him, take over the Wayne Enterprise, and conquer Gotham. And like he said in the last episode of the mid-season finale, he wants to build this new empire in Gotham. In a short words, he wants to bring back, his family name, riches and everything to their former glory. Well, about his powers and skills, well, first of all, high intelligence. Then we have, then I completely also saw aggression and strength, wealth, and in the end, before the last episode of the mid-season finale, he will also see him as a martial artist. Which actually, I don't know why. It was the only episode we saw him really fighting, and everything. I mean, he was totally. When he kicked James Gordon's ass, you can see he was totally trained and everything. Like he was prepared, because at the beginning I felt like he was some kind of a, filthy rich businessman, who is totally a coward. Because fair enough, when you have evil businessmen, the only thing they can do when they try to protect themselves, or they're using a gun, or hiding, beneath the tables, or running away. Fair enough. That's when we talk about the evil businessman. But Theodore Galavan proves me wrong, because he's not only businessman that proved me wrong, because him as a businessman, he also knows martial arts, like I said before. And in the way I kicked James Gordon's ass, wow, he really beat the crap out of him. So like I said, his goal, I repeat again. So his goal, like I said, get Bruce Wayne, to sign over his country. Which actually failed. Kill Bruce Wayne for what his ancestors did. Failed, of course. Kill Jerome Velasca. Well, kill Jerome Velasca. He did only that to be. So he can show to people like he's the hero and everything, so they can trust him and all kind of stuff. And of course, and also when we talk about type as a villain, well, he's a big bad. Mostly the big bad are the villains who are the main antagonists, or a movie or a series or a comic, whatever. We got an idea. So when we talk about as a businessman, his wealth and everything, he's a rich villain. Also, when as a double crosser, master manipulator and all kind of stuff, he's a magnificent bastard, and of course, complete monster, because he's prepared to do. He's that kind of type of villain who is prepared to do anything to complete his goal, even killing his own stepdaughter, this Silver St. Cloud. Even after even if a few episodes he showed her he cared for her and everything, in short words, he's showing her the affection of a true father. But at the end, he was after seeing because of her, the prophecy was failed and everything. He was ready to strangle her. He was ready to strangle her, you're no longer my daughter. You so disappoint me. So your sentence is death. I'm gonna strangle you. Until Tabitha, hit him and save Silver St. Cloud's ass. Which actually, that's very odd, because in the comics, Silver St. Cloud, she's not bad. Actually, she was one of the lovers of Bruce Wayne until she finds out, that he is Batman, and of course, in the end, she was killed by Onomatopoeia. Damn, I still can tell that bad guy's name. In the short words, this Onomatopoeia guy, he cut her throat in the comics. The first time I saw her was in the Batman Dark Detective comics. The first time I saw her, and all the comics she was described as a Bruce Wayne's, friend, lover. Well, actually, she was really in love with him, and until she finds out that he's Batman, and of course, in that way, she abandoned him. Well, not abandoned him badly. They stayed friends, but after seeing him, to protect Gotham, and of course, even Batman, one time in the comics said that we have to leave me and everything, because if you stay with me, you'll be a easy target. They will use you as a weakness, as one of my weakness, and I don't want to see you die. Not sure. So I was really surprised to see her here, evil. Even at the end, she really truly loves Bruce Wayne at the end, because when she screams, "Stop, please, don't kill him," and everything. I mean, I was really surprised. Okay, let's talk about Theodore Galavan. So he's a kind of type of villain who doesn't have any superpowers. He's a normal rich businessman, crime lord, who just wants revenge. Take over Gotham. Rebuild, his family name and everything, and he will do whatever it takes to complete this plan. And also when he talk about his planning, he's really cunning also and smart. Because I really like the idea when Butch, when Penguin, literally cut off his hand, he begs him to join his team and everything, Penguin went crazy and everything. He was like, okay, welcome to the team. And then when he found him in his office, when Butch find out the tape of Gertrude Cobblepot, Oswald's mother, and of course, he says like, you show loyalty. I wish that was true. And then I don't know what you're talking about. Come on, Butch, have some dignity. The Penguin the Penguin sent you here to find out about his mother, is it? I mean, he's really smart. I mean, that's what I love about villains, because most of the villains, when you have a double agent, who just came to his society, and proving that he's loyal to him and everything, only to investigate what he's doing and everything. Most of the villains, they act like fools. They think like, okay, I trust you, okay, let's do it. I mean, Theodore Galavan is one of the rare villains, when you enter in his team, and he's still in the beginning he's still testing him to see if he's loyal to him. I mean, he in the show, I have to say, he's really, really smart. Also, when you talk about his humor, he has that kind of type of black sense of humor. Yeah, black sense of humor, and of course, I saw him a lot of times flattering, which also is typical to villains, especially that kind of type of villains like him. But when we talk about also, his categories as a villain, I mean, it goes, corrupt official, cult leaders, delusional, master manipulator, like I said before, master manipulator, power hungry, dark messiah, sadist, opportunist, poisoner, criminal, rich villain, like I said before, kidnapper, fox, affably evil, liars, leader, lawful evil. I mean, he's power, when his ultimate power is not only money and his martial arts, but also his connections. Because he is a kind of type of crime lord, who is reminding a lot of Carmine Falcone. He was, like you said, you can't have organized crime without law and order. And exactly in the same way, that's what Theodore Galavan is trying to do. When he tries to get the police and the jury, everyone, on his knees, to do, to say, so they can do whatever they want, whatever he wants. Sorry, and to make, in some words, he used them like puppets. He used it, even the Captain Nathaniel Barnes, who is ruling the GCPD with iron fist. He's using all of them as a bunch of puppets. He completely fooled them, and that's what I love about villains. Who are so cunning, smart, manipulating. Well, not manipulating, master manipulators. Who I mean, that kind of type of villains who people will think they're the last persons to be, suspicious. Like, the real big bad. I mean, he's that type of, he belongs to that kind of type of villains who normal persons, not like, the maniacs or the Penguin. I mean, all they are normal persons. They saw him as a good man and everything. Until the end, he showed to Jim Gordon his true colors. Who he truly is and everything. I mean, it was really, he's that type of villain who I really find fascinating. And his humor, in the way, like, when he first gathered all the maniacs, because he also used them and his sister and the Silver St. Claw, he used them as puppets. Because he's that type of villain who doesn't care for anyone. He will do whatever it takes to complete his goal, whatever it takes. So, and also, you know, he's also, you know, when I talk about him as a manipulator, he's also the kind of type of villains, you know, like when, you know, when he used enough, you know, some other character, for example, like the Penguin, you know, like, okay, you know, I don't have any use for you. For example, like, few villains will say you're free to go, but a lot of villains kill him. I'm gonna kill you. And last words, you know, because, you know, Theodore Galavan also belongs to the kind of type of villain as a classic villain, you know, who sees too much, who hear too much, you know. So in the show words, you know, if he will, you know, in the show words, he belongs to that kind of type of villains who are afraid or worried that if, you know, that even, you know, after he helped him and everything, you know, he wants to make sure that he will never, you know, say that, you know, he will never gonna tell the tale, you know, or what he's planning or what he done, or what he did and everything. So in the show words, here we have, you know, one of the pirates, you know, main rules, which also Theodore Galavan used. Dead man tell no tales. That's in the same way like Theodore Galavan is doing, in some sort of way. So, in the show, I mean, you only see him fighting in one episode, but the other thing, the other episode where I saw him is only, you know, manipulating everybody else, planning, you know, disguise himself, you know, like some kind of a true philanthropist, like, you know, a good man and everything, which and also, what I really like about him is that he's working in the shadows, you know. At the light, he is a normal person, you know, like philanthropist, you know, like I said, for the fourth time, terrible error, you know, saying, you know, making, you know, like, you know, do what people, whatever they want, and everything, I seem like a true hero, a good man and everything, and then in the shadows, you know, alongside his sister and everything, especially her sister, he used her as some kind of a hitman. You know, when Theodore can do something, you know, bad as you know, killing someone or anything, or he's trying to he sends her sister, or when he blackmailed the Penguin, you know, to kill the other voters, you know, kill the other candidates to be, you know, to become the mayor. You know, and also, like I said, he's a master of deception, because when he, you know, captured the mayor, the mayor, you know, he told me, like, you know, in the glass, you know, or in the jug, whatever it was, you know, that there wasn't a spider inside. But when he opened the box, you see, no spider. It was just wine. I mean, he's very good, and also, he's not a very good master manipulator, but also master of deception and a really big liar. You know, very good liar, and when he's talking about lying, he's very good in acting. You know, as you know, telling a lie and everything. It's really fascinating. It's really fascinating. I mean, also, like I said, he's that type of guy, you know, who will do anything to get in his way, and like I said, he's a master manipulator. You know, he used everyone. He used the maniacs. He used his sister. He used Citizen Clown. He used the police, you know, he used everyone. He used them as a bunch of puppets, only to complete his own goal. Like I said, to kill Bruce Wayne, what his ancestor did, and to conquer Gotham in the short terms. You know, really fascinating. I mean, he's really that kind of type of villains, like, you know, who show you that power and strength is not everything. That even your mind is the most important thing to being a villain. You know, to think, to act. You know, your intellect. You know, as a good tactician, you know, manipulator, and all kind of stuff. That he is the proof of the Moriarty theory. Yes, he is the proof of the Moriarty theater. Strength, physically, strength or power isn't everything if you don't have an intelligent mind. And that is what proved my theory, and that's who Theodore Galavan is. So, I mean, I think I said everything. I think I said everything. I mean, he is a very good villain and everything. I mean, and so yeah, I think I said everything. Yeah, I think I said everything. So here we go. You know, so we came finally at the point when I give him 1 to 10. No, he's not the type of villain who deserves 10 out of 10. No, he's one. You know. He's one of the weaknesses is that he's overconfident. Like nothing's gonna happen. You know, like everything is going as planned. Even if something a little bit, you know, even something a little detailed is miscalculated, he thinks like, you know, nothing happens. Like it's nothing very important. We go straight to the plan and everything. But of course, you know, at the end you can see that if you want to be a true villain, You have to plan every single thing in details. That goes perfectly and works completely, truthfully good. So in the show terms, his one weaknesses is that he's overconfident and his ego. His ego is not his weakness. Mostly his weakness is overconfidence in himself and everything, and thinking like he can do everything. He's above everyone in the short term. So I will give him a nice, maybe he's a little bit tough, but I will give him a 7.5 out of 10 as a villain. I mean, he doesn't have any superpowers, but he's genius, as a tactician, as a sadist, manipulator, the master of deception and everything. 7.5 out of 10 is fair enough for him. So yeah, here I am. I'm done. So read the video, comment, subscribe. What you think about Theodore Galavan? Your personal own, opinions about him as a villain and everything. And also, like always, if you want, to have your own personal villains, to be discussed by me and everything, comment on the comment section down below. Just give me his name, and I will see what I can do. So, peace everyone. Have an awesome rest of the day. Drop your like, I would appreciate it. And Lord of Shadows, like always, signing off, and see you next time on the next week's villains discussion.